Because major moves take time. It may look like it was suddenly, but you don't know what the background work was. Man, what I think about it is this, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints.
Y'all, it's getting wild out here because it looks like Bishop T.D. Jakes is running for the hills, and not just because of retirement. Rumors are flying that federal agents uncovered secret tunnels beneath T.D. Jakes' church, and guess whose name is being whispered alongside his? Diddy. Yes, that Diddy, the same one whose trial is right around the corner. And if you've been paying attention, you already know those two were getting way too cozy over the years. We've seen the photos, the events, the vibes, and now that the pressure's turning up, Jakes is suddenly dipping? Yeah, it's not looking like a coincidence. Word is, Jakes didn't just know about the parties. He was at the parties. The same ones Diddy's being sued for. The same kind that allegedly involved victims, NDAs, and now lawsuits. This is a lot to unpack, so let's dive right into it. So here's the official story. Bishop T.D. Jakes announced that he's stepping down from leading the Potter's House, the megachurch he founded back in 1996. He made this announcement in what looked like a very emotional sermon and said he's handing things over to his daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts, and her husband, Toure Roberts.
I cannot afford, especially after November, to risk something happening to me and you be sheep without a shepherd.
He said it's about legacy, that they've been part of the church's DNA for years. He wants to rest. He wants to focus on community. That's cute and all, but people are not buying it. Because y'all, this announcement just happens to come right when Diddy's legal storm is picking up steam. It's the timing for me. And listen to this. Back in November, T.D. Jakes literally had a heart attack in the middle of a church service. Yup. There's footage. He stopped mid-sermon, looked off, and started shaking. His team rushed to help him, and he was taken straight to the ICU.
Encourage them and they encourage you. That's what preaching is like. You think you're giving out something, but you're getting back more than you gave.
Later, he said it was just a slight health incident and even called himself a miracle for recovering. But some people think it was more than just health problems. When you look at everything that was coming out around that time, the lawsuits, the whispers tying him to Diddy's mess, it's not hard to believe that the stress might have caught up with him. Some people are saying his body gave out from trying to keep it all together. One user put it perfectly online. If Bishop Jakes was totally innocent and was just Diddy's spiritual advisor, why is he acting funny and hasn't visited Diddy in jail? That comment hit a nerve. Because if everything was clean, why the sudden distance? Now look, T.D. Jakes stepping down right now feels a little too strategic. Let's be real. His daughter and her husband taking over the church? That's not just about legacy. That's about keeping the brand in the family. That's about control. Because when the heat gets too high, guess what? You might have to disappear. But if your people are still running things back home, you've still got support, money, and resources.
I'm thinking probably by the church anniversary, we're going to formalize. But I wanted to introduce to you your pastors.
Let's not forget when Russell Simmons got exposed, he dipped to Bali. Why? No extradition laws. Now people are saying T.D. Jakes might be planning the exact same move, especially now that Diddy's trial is just around the corner.
I love the idea it's outdoors, like the living room and stuff is outdoors, and because it's Balinese, that's Balinese houses alike. Everything's outside, but inside we do have air conditioning.
Let's not act brand new. T.D. Jakes and Diddy weren't just casual acquaintances. They were close. Jakes has been seen praying over Diddy at his events and offering spiritual support over the years. But now that Diddy is knee-deep in lawsuits, victims are speaking out, and NDAs are being ripped open, guess who's missing from the picture? Jakes. It's giving, I don't know that man, but it's too late, because his name is already in the mix. Multiple reports have claimed that T.D. Jakes was present at some of the same high-profile parties where disturbing things allegedly happened. now we're hearing that some of those lawsuits involve more than just Diddy. Some victims have allegedly named Jakes too. That's why this retirement move is raising eyebrows. It's not looking like a peaceful goodbye, it's giving escape route. Now this is where things go from suspicious to downright disturbing, because TD Jakes' name was dropped in Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy, the one exposing the alleged freak-off parties, the control tactics, and the system Diddy allegedly used to lure in victims. According to the claims, Diddy leaned on TD Jakes' clean, holy image as a way to clean up his public persona. After Cassie's lawsuit broke the internet and people started whispering about Diddy's alleged dark side parties, guess who popped up publicly to be seen with Diddy like nothing was wrong? TD Jakes. Now, Lil Rod says that wasn't by accident. Allegedly, Jakes helped Diddy gain access to new victims, and that is a bombshell if true. We're talking about someone using religious influence to groom or manipulate young people into thinking they were entering safe spaces, when really, they were getting pulled into a whole different world. And the people are not keeping quiet either. One person online said, TD Jakes is a great actor. Don't anyone say he didn't know his association with Diddy was not godly? And y'all, that comment is the tip of the iceberg. Speaking of victims, we gotta talk about Pastor Dwayne Youngblood, because this story right here is giving trauma, betrayal, and everything in between. So here's how Pastor Youngblood paints the picture. He was young, vulnerable, and looked up to Bishop TD Jakes like a father in faith. You know, like a mentor, a protector, a spiritual guide. But allegedly, that guidance took a dark turn. One day, after a deep emotional conversation, something that should have brought healing and peace, Youngblood claims TD Jakes hugged him in a way that didn't feel godly at all.
I'm sitting at this table, and for the first time talking to any man, I got tears coming down my face because somebody gets me. Somebody understood what I was going through.
Then it allegedly escalated. Youngblood says Jakes tried to kiss him and later even called him from a bathtub, talking about, I want you to be my private partner when you're in town. Excuse me? And then, according to Youngblood, TD told him, I'll take care of you for the rest of your life. That ain't no prayer request. That's a full-blown proposition.
And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself, wrapped his arms around me, and tried to kiss me. And in that moment, I literally died.
But it doesn't even stop there. After all that trauma, Youngblood claims he was still forced to read scripture in front of the entire congregation. Like, imagine the emotional turmoil standing there preaching the word with the same man who allegedly violated your trust sitting right behind you on the pulpit. The mental gymnastics this man had to do just to survive that moment, unbelievable. And honestly, it doesn't take a genius to notice the pattern here. Because if you've been keeping up with the Diddy lawsuits, all those allegations from multiple victims, it's the same manipulation tactics, the same grooming playbook. These powerful men allegedly promise protection, whisper sweet nothings, offer riches and support. But the second you push back, the game switches to control, silence, and shame. At this point, we might as well change his name from TD Jakes to T. Diddy, because that overlap is wild. Like, who else allegedly uses spiritual authority to lure vulnerable people in, showers them with gifts and praise, then turns around and creates a toxic, secretive environment where people feel trapped? Sound familiar? There's even wild rumors going on out there that TD Jakes is Diddy's power bottom. Now, I don't know about that, y'all, but that's what the streets are saying.
What the hell y'all talking about on this internet today? TD Jakes being exposed as a power bottom by Diddy's male escort.
Now here's the kicker. Despite these disturbing allegations, TD Jakes actually tried to get the lawsuit dismissed, y'all. Yes, he filed a motion to throw the whole thing out, claiming it was defamatory, false, and damaging to his legacy. But guess what? The court wasn't buying it. United States District Judge William S. Stickman IV officially denied the motion to dismiss. So now, the case is very much alive and moving forward. And get this, Dwayne Youngblood isn't even the only one speaking out. According to some sources, there are 10 other anonymous victims included in this lawsuit. Not one, not two, 10. And I'm sorry, but you don't just get 10 separate people from different walks of life, all making up the same kind of story. At some point, the coincidences stop looking like coincidences and start looking like a pattern of behavior.
The burden of proof is on you to prove that what these 11 people that you were suing, and we only know 5 out of the 11, it is your burden of proof to prove that all 11 are lying.
And it's not just the lawsuits that are making people side-eye Bishop T.D. Jakes real heavy right now. Let's talk about the parties, the witnesses, and, Cat Williams's mouth, because this ain't speculation from left field. People were there, people saw things, and people tried to warn us, but we didn't listen. These events allegedly turn into Hollywood freak fests after dark. We're talking X rooms, spiked drinks, secret entrances, and setups that sound less like a party and more like a ritual. According to Gene Deal, a former bodyguard who saw it with his own eyes, T.D. Jakes was there, and Gene straight up said he was confused, like, why would a man of God be mingling in this type of environment?
I know what usually happens at the Diddy party, or what we told this happened at the Diddy parties. Maybe he needs to see it for himself, man. Maybe he needs to go there and really be involved in some things that could help save some individuals while they go into those parties.
And this ain't no hate, this is real concern. Because these weren't
Keep watching if your recent car accident was not your fault, because I've got a way that you could get 3.5 times more compensation.
And this ain't no hate, this is real concern. Because these weren't just wild nights out. Allegedly, these parties involved some real dark activity, spiking, exploitation, and non-consensual behavior. So the idea that a bishop was present, even just once, that's not just bad optics. That's spiritual negligence on steroids. And y'all remember how Cat Williams came through with that mic drop interview? Yep, the one where he aired out the whole entertainment industry like a dirty laundry basket? Well, guess what? He name-dropped T.D. Jakes, too.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.D. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Cat's been warning us for years, calling out those he believes are wolves in sheep's clothing. And while his delivery might be wild, his accuracy when it comes to exposing Hollywood's darkest corners, top tier, no lie. Now this right here, this is the question that's got people clutching their pearls in their Bibles. Why would a respected bishop even be there? Some defenders are saying, oh, he was there to lay hands and pray over folks. Yeah, sure, because nothing says divine intervention like walking into a room full of half-naked celebrities sipping mystery cocktails and engaging in things we can't even repeat.